I wonder what the people on Reddit are like then. Okay, I guess I'll talk to Shion first.
We'll be going to Lenegus soon.
Yeah.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegus like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories.
I was about to say.
I've had thorns my whole life. For as long as I can remember. They called it treatment.
One
But in
sec.
truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something.
So she was a lab rat too,
An
essentially.
existence, huh?
Huh.
A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes?
That's right.
How is that even right?
Right?
It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along,
It's kind
isn't
of an
it?
optimistic way to look at
Not
things
just
and
me.
hope, but
We're in this
we'll
together,
see if
remember?
we can accomplish that.
This
or
fight
not.
is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this
We
fight.
will win together.
Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Yeah, I'm just like, maybe we can do it. There's a chance of someone in our party dying. Maybe. Oh, good call. Thank you. Stretch. And hydrate. Okay, let's see. Do you hear the bottle opening? It's proof. Okay. Water drink. Let me get up and stretch. Touching my toes. Okay. Arms are stretched, toes are touched. And hello, Hitro, how are you? When did Alphen turn into such a Chad? Lol, right? Chad Alphen has grown up a lot, man. We've been through a bit. So, you know, when you find out you were captured, turned into a lab rat or a sovereign, and from 300 years ago in the past. And, the person you currently have a crush on was trying to kill herself the whole time. It kind of makes you grow up. Okay, what is that emote? 1 second. Oh no, that's adorable. Oh, that's cute. Little cat paws. You need to tell your friend that's adorable. I love it. Little pink beans right there on their paws. And you can see it really well. But yeah, Hitro, everyone's just kind of growing up around here.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
7 years since you
mean
killed your
since
friend?
You became a lord and left Lenegus?
Yeah.
I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
He's not homesick.
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegus. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it.
You have to
But
even
I
remember
can't
you.
keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address.
Yeah, he's
Come
worried
back and
about
speak
going
to
back
me when
home.
you finish looking around the ship.
You're in the slow story grind between Rum Reborn and Heavensward? Oh. It's not that bad, but it doesn't really feel like you're accomplishing much. You are really there just for story. Yeah, because you don't get XP or anything, I think. Yeah. Oh, what you two doing over here? Nice table.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and
Uh-huh.
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Oh yes, what
only
does
that
Law?
he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can.
You're
That's
not
all.
wrong, yeah.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay.
It's only
Don't you
300
agree,
years
Law?
old. Yeah.
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Law's like, it's unnatural to be flying in space. Hmm. What's this? Must be how we get into the ship, I think. Yeah. What's down here? Nothing. What's down here? Nothing. Also, where's my cryopod? I had to be asleep somewhere. Oh, never mind. It's right there. Wait. There are 6 pods. Nani?
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there.
Yeah, I'll just shove
Alphen?
you in the pod. It's
Was
fine.
it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that'd mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right.
You
But
needed
still,
you needed a nap,
Whether you
Alphen.
meant to or not. I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
You're welcome,
Well,
Kisara,
we're
Mummy.
not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Driss.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
You know, neither would I. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset by that. Wait. Oh, let's just talk to her again. Also, this music in the starship is pumping right now. It's just like, did you like your ears? Well, too bad. Okay, Dohalim, take us in.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
How
Before we
why
do that,
Automod?
Just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society.
Oh,
Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
okay.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
Oh,
They
that's
can be honed
awkward.
with the right
So
training.
it's like a
and
caste
there are
system.
admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Well, she was a lab
Fair
rat
point.
though, so like,
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Says the person who was never telling us what they were
Jeez,
thinking.
Give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am
Rinwell.
not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
We don't know
I would
where we
wager
are.
so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the
Well,
Renis Alma is being
she
used to
was
exploit
there.
data, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
Beep, 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 beep.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
Hold on to
If there
something,
are
Lo.
clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Also, yeah, apparently Automod doesn't want you to tell us anything. It's alright. I think I lowered it a bit. Yeah. We made it in one piece. We haven't been shot down, which is weird because we didn't have landing permission, right?
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Which should be more cause for alarm, right?
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this Red Woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
Nope. You could try the research
There is
facility.
an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone.
Oh, that's perfect.
That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Anything that has Forbidden Zone in its name is a good place to start looking.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
Probably your
I
destruction.
don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst.
How convenient.
In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Mm-hmm.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely.
Oh, I
Alphen said that he
see.
remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
Well, if it's all automated.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Just look for the big sign that says Forbidden Zone. No entry allowed.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans.
Oh, wow.
The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
It's still weird to me that they have like this space station outside of their planet, though. If you play D&D, you should play a rogue with that thinking. Yep.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For
Heebie-jeebies.
such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Oh,
Would
rip.
you two children stop squabbling?
You tell
Or do
him,
you want
Shion.
everyone to know we're here?
Yes.
So how many Renans actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Oh, what? Well, you know, it's their typical, like, middle school crush, right? Because Rinrel is 14 and La is 16? Or early high school, right? So, I mean, they do act their age. Yeah. It looks like they're, I guess they weren't ready for the transformation that happened. Kind of similar to maybe what he did back in the day. So what is this satellite thing? Yeah, it's kind of broken. Nice music.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
The transformation.
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Duh.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
Well, they did.
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
No, you still just need to look for the signs. It's fine.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Uh-oh. He's already recognized. Rip.
Avakir. I'm glad to see you're well.
Weren't even here for 5 minutes.
So it is you! But why are you here?
Oh, we
Shouldn't
won.
you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest?
We killed them
and
all.
These people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have
Don't
there?
ask questions, just
Trust me.
answer.
The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever.
Yeah. Spill.
I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Okay.
Have you seen Faria yet?
Oh, Faria's the third person in their
No.
friend group.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
That's nice. We don't want to know.
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back?
This man asked too many questions.
You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Did he just call him Doe? He's a Doe boy. Okay, Doe. Shion's like, Doe?
So who's Faria?
Law?
Law? Tactless as ever.
If what Avakir said is true, It would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
Do we
While we're
have
at it,
to?
we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danins poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two.
Technically, he's the only one left, so
Danins
doesn't that
among
mean
us
he
should probably
just
keep our heads down.
and still
What if
wins
people
the
freak
crown
out?
contest?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Yes, Law. Wolf. She just fixed her stocking? That's the first time I've noticed that animation. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, those are just lace stockings with no way to stay up. So yeah, they're gonna slide down eventually. Is Lenegis done for? The residential quarter is falling apart. Poor Law. I mean, he asked. Let me do one more.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process.
I'm assuming they
It's
know
just
about the oncoming doom.
Unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Yeah, they aren't.
Whatever
Alvin.
their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
Let's move. No idle chit-chatters here. Even though there's a chit-chatter prompt at the bottom right of the screen, which I am going to press, so now we have more chit-chat.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
Probably
What
not.
do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
No, you're not wrong, Renoir.
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
You're a dragoon? Well, you know, you're the toothpick for the dragon, right? It makes sense, right? There is an actual fork weapon. Feature. The Dragoon armor gets really cool looking now. Like, I still think it has some of the best looking armor in game. Oh, are we healing kits over here? With everything all topsy-turvy in the residential quarter, there are a lot of injuries. Stuff keeps dropping on people. Oh yeah, that's a problem.